Hello, dear students. Welcome to your English class again. And what you are going to revise today is the most important poem of your syllabus. This is an elementary school classroom in a slum written by Stephen Spender. So, let's first of all know about the poet. Stephen Spender was born in 1909 and died in 1995. He was an English poet and an essayist who took keen interest in politics, declaring himself a socialist and pacifist. So he worked for society and peace. Books, poems of dedication, the creative element, and world within world. These are some popular books. And if we talk about the major themes he covers in his writing is social injustice, class inequalities, empathy for the downtrodden are the major themes. And here in this poem too, he is showing his concern for the downtrodden people living in slum. This can be an example for an elementary school classroom in a slum. You can see the condition. These are the slums. Narrow, dirty environment. And this girl, and like every child in slum, no options, rag picking, or the things like that. So let's begin the explanation of the poem. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces. Far, far from FFF sound, first sound, so it's alliteration. Far, far is repeated to show very far. Gusty waves means very powerful waves, strong waves. These children's faces, these children refers to the children of slum area. So the faces of slum children's area is very far from the powerful waves or powerful energy. They are not powerful, they are not strong, they are not lively. Their faces are very dull, like rootless weeds. Their faces are like rootless weeds. So their faces are compared with rootless weeds using like. So figure of speech here is simile. They are compared with rootless weeds. Weeds, everybody knows, unwanted plants. They do not have any value, any nutrition, and moreover, weeds are said to hamper the growth of other plants as well. These children also have no nutrition, no value in society. They are unwanted in the society, and some people believe that they hamper the growth of a nation. So they are compared with weeds. The hair torn around their pallor means their pale body which has no color. And the hair are torn around means the hair are not properly combed. They are not combed for a long time. The tall girl with her weighed down head. In the classroom, a tall girl is sitting and her head is weighed down. It's not like literally that she is having some weight on her head. No, her head is weighed down due to the burden of poverty. She lacks very much in confidence and she is overburdened because of poverty. The next child is at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young child is there. You can see the picture. His eyes live in a dream. So he is different from other children. What he's dreaming of squirrel's game in the tree room other than this. Other than this refers to other than listening to the lesson. He wants to go and play like freely like a squirrel. Then the condition of the classroom is started. On sour cream walls, donations. So the walls are of sour cream means faded cream color means these walls had been painted many years ago. They are faded now. And there are some donations on walls. And what are the donations? The donations are some pictures. Like first picture is Shakespeare's head. So it's like this picture you can see of Shakespeare, but he was bald, so his head was quite much noticeable. Shakespeare's head picture was there. Then cloudless at dawn. This picture means the day is going to be very bright and sunny, and it will be without any obstacles for the one who want to enjoy their day. Civilized doom riding all cities, or then there is a picture of this kind of building which can be seen through the whole city. You can see that all the three pictures do not have any connection with the slum children. They cannot go to such buildings. Their day can never be so enjoyable. they can never read Shakespeare. Shakespeare just wrote about royal people, about intelligence, about love. But these children are not going to have money, luxuries, or love. So for them, Shakespeare is of no interest. Similarly, this day, for them, every day is similar, whether it is a sunny day, or it is a cold day, or it is a rainy day. In these kind of buildings, the slum children are not allowed. You must have seen in many of the places which are meant for public, like you can say in our city, the mall, or the parks. There you can't see the slum children because they are not allowed there. So for these children, these kind of buildings are just of no use. Then there is another donation, one more picture, that is belt flowery Tyrolese Valley. Tyrolese Valley is a kind of valley which is full of churches and beautiful flowers. For these children, they cannot go to the beautiful places in their city. They can't go to Tyrolese Valley and enjoy the nature. Open-handed map is the next picture, a huge size map. Awarding the world its world. It's a very important line. Awarding, showing, presenting the world its world. The world of the slum children is different than the world of this map hung on the wall, because slums and this map, this real world, are not connected. People do not think them to be connected. They are not there, the part of the society. They are not given all the kind of benefits other people are given. So there are two different worlds, one of slum children and one is on the wall. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world. For these slum children, their world is just that slum area. This real world, this map on the wall, is not their world. They cannot get connected to it. They cannot feel it, them to be the part of this world. This is their world. Okay, this isn't. Where all their future is painted with a fog. Their world is where the whole future is painted with a fog, means it's foggy, it's uncertain, it's unclear. They do not know what they would become when they would grow up. They do not have any dreams. And their world is a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky. Here you can see. This is just their world. They can roam here only. They cannot go out of it. Far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. They are very far from rivers, from capes, or from stars of words. Rivers, capes are also like some mixture of water and land, some sides of water and some sides of land. And stars of words means fake promises which are um, given to them, especially in the election days, or some kind of authorities when they visit them. They make many promises to them, but these promises are never meant to be fulfilled. So these are like stars of words. ऐसे सितारे जो सिर्फ शब्दों से बनाए जाएंगे, ठीक है, रियलिटी में ऐसा कुछ उनका प्रॉमिस नहीं पूरा होने वाला. सो देयर वर्ल्ड इज जस्ट आउट ऑफ ऑल दोज काइंड ऑफ promises made by the leaders. Surely Shakespeare is wicked for them, these children who have never enjoyed anything, whose life are full of uncertainty, hatred, and hunger and greed. This kind of life is lived by the slum children. So for them, Shakespeare is very wicked, boring, and the map is a bad example for them, because in the map they can see ships and sun and love, and it tempts them to steal. Sun here means equality, because sunlight is spread equally at every corner, and they are not given the right to equality. So when they see these kind of pictures, they also want to be a part of it, and for this they have nothing else just to do stealing. So it is a bad example for them. Next, on their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones. And this line is beautifully explained with the help of this picture. Look at the child. What his body is just a heap of slag, collection of dirt and dust. Okay, and what he's wearing is skins. और उसकी स्किन में से peep through means looked through. क्या दिख रही हैं? Bones. So this is their dress they are wearing. It's just skin. and they are so weak that their bones are also visible from the skin, and spectacles of steel. And if some child has some eyesight problem, he has to wear spectacles of steel. Steel spectacles are the cheapest ones, very uncomfortable to wear, with mended glass, and in that steel frame they wear mended glass. They cannot afford new glass. Okay, so they have repaired glass in their spectacles. So similarly, if you are wearing repaired glass, creaks are there, you will find the world also to be broken. Similarly, the dreams, the hopes of these children are broken. So for them world is just a broken place. For them world is not beautiful. For them world is ugly, as their slums are. Like bottle bits on stones, this is their the condition of their glass. Like when bottle falls on some stones and how creaks are there, similarly they are wearing the spectacles. This is the reason for them the world is full of creaks. This is the reason for them world is broken, because they are wearing broken glasses. All of their time and space are foggy slum. Whatever their time is, they will have to stay in their foggy slum, and they can also go only to these foggy slums. They cannot go out of it. This is only their space. So plot their maps with slums as big as doom. This is very very beautiful line. Poet Stephen Spender says, plot their maps, destroy their maps with slums, including slums as big as doom. Do so huge destruction like it will be there on doomsday, when nothing will be left in the universe. So these slums should also be broken like the doomsday. He doesn't want the slum people to be destroyed. He wants slums to be destroyed. He actually wants to say that if the slums would not be made by the government, then these people would be living into the cities. अगर ये होंगी ही नहीं तो इसमें रहेंगे भी नहीं. ओके, सो स्लम्स का एग्जिस्टेंस ही ख़त्म हो जाना चाहिए, सो दैट कोई पार्शलिटी नहीं रहे, एंड एवरीबडी शुड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द विलेज और टाउन्स. Everybody should be a part of the real world. Slums kind of things should not be existing, so he wants the slums to be destroyed. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night, because for these slum children, their lives slyly means idly, wastefully, uselessly. Turn in means pass on, spend. So their life is passed in their cramped holes, tight holes, those are slums. From fog to endless night, their life begins from fog and their life ends at fog, means uncertainty. Okay, uncertainty, hopelessness, pessimism. Their life is full of this. From since birth to death, they are just lamenting over their condition. Then he shows us a hope how to improve the condition. Unless governor, teacher, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. So he makes an appeal for governor, teacher, inspector, and visitor to please come, visit it. And what they should do, they should, this map becomes their window. The map which is there on the wall, the real world map, should become the window of the slum children. Means they should be allowed to go into that world. And these windows, they are present windows, their present world, that shut upon their lives like catacombs, which actually closes their lives like catacombs, like graves. These narrow streets, these tight slums are like graves for them. So these slums should be broken and they should be a part of the real world. Break or break open. Break word is repeated. It means it should be urgently broken. There is urgency of this. Break or break open till they break the town. They refers to the slums. So these slums should be broken and they should be merged into the town, and show the children green fields, and these slum children should see how the green fields look, because wherever the barren lands are there, there only the slums can be made. They have never enjoyed that greenery and walking on the smooth lands. So they should also see the green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. Azure means deep blue water, deep blue sea. They should also enjoy that. Gold sands means the beaches which are there. The gold sands are around the beaches. So they should go and enjoy those water bodies as well, and let their tongues run naked onto books. Naked means without any control, freely. They should read freely, means there should be no limit for their education. If they have the talent, they should be given free education, they should be given right to education. The white and green leaves open. The white refers to the pages of the books, means there should be every book available for them. And green leaves open, green leaves means environment, clean environment. They should live in the clean environment and they should have the right to study. Next line is very important. It is the last line and it is the most important. History is theirs whose language is the sun. History can only be made by those people whose language is bright like sun. And how can language be bright? Sun is bright because of its light. How can language be bright? Language be bright with the knowledge, ideas, education. So these slum children should be given education, they should be given a chance, and then they can also create history, they can also be the history makers. In the first slide, third line, some lines were missing, so I'm explaining this here from this the paper notice. So it was far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn around their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head. Next is the paper seeming boy. So one is the tall girl whose head is weighed down because of she's burdened of poverty. Next child is a paper seeming boy. Here boy is compared with paper but without using as or like, so the figure of speech is metaphor. A child who is thin like paper and white like paper, no color in his body, no nutrition. So a very thin boy with rat's eyes. Rat's eyes, again his eyes are compared with rat's eyes without using as or like. Here it is again metaphor. Rat's eyes are means greedy eyes, the eyes which are always in search of something, food or something useful. So there is a child who is very thin and his eyes are looking like rat's eyes, like greedy, like searching for something. Next is the stunted unlucky ear of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease. This paper seeming boy is stunted. Stunted means undergrown, who is not grown as per his age. Okay, he is not grown properly. So stunted he is, and he is unlucky. Ear, HEIR, ear means successor, the one who gets something from property from his family members or somebody. So, but this boy is very unlucky because what he has got is twisted bones, reciting a father's gnarled disease. Gnarled disease means disease, arthritis you can say, or disease related to joints. So this child is said to be unlucky here because what he has got in property from his father is just a disease. His lesson from his desk. This stunted child is listening his lesson from his desk. And then at back of the dim class, from this line we have revised it. If you have any kind of doubt, feel free to ask me. And on Tuesday you will be having a test of first poem, that is My Mother at 66, second poem, and elementary school classroom in a slum. You have test of both of these poems, so be prepared. I'll be telling you the time later, but on Tuesday you have the test. Have a nice day.